E-Sports. Words that have haunted the fighting game community for quite a long time. I don't know if haunted is the exact right word, but it's something that's been under the minds of the players, the organizers, and the content creators for many years. The fighting game community was established in grassroots, starting in arcades, moving to garage, eventually to ballrooms, and then giant showcases like Evolution in Las Vegas. It all began from really small, humble beginnings, and kind of on the streets for a lot of people. Fighting games as a whole generally represent the arcade era of gaming, which isn't really around anymore outside of local things like Super Arcade, and essentially family-owned small little businesses. People have furiously tried to grow the fighting game community into bigger aspects to get into the eyes and the viewers of more people at home so they can understand how awesome it is, the way these things work in tournament and higher competitive play. But the one big goal as far as fighting game scenes and tournaments and everything like that has been the illustrious esports, trying to go after that bigger money, those giant venues, and essentially doing something like the Staples Center like you might see for League of Legends. Now that hasn't happened yet, but it looks like in 2014, we're finally getting close because Capcom is stepping up to the plate and has announced the Capcom Pro Tour, a year-long Street Fighter League that'll be hosting several events as well as going to the majority of major tournaments that we have seen throughout the years and supporting them officially as well. We've already seen Capcom kind of step it up over the past year and a half when it comes to officially supporting the competitive community for Street Fighter and the majority of Capcom-associated fighting games. With things like the Street Fighter 25th Anniversary Tournament, which had full tournaments for Third Strike, Street Fighter 4, as well as Super Turbo, as well as one of the most enjoyable viewing experiences I've actually had with the tournament online but not attending, which was the Capcom Cup in 2013, which hosted several games, not just Street Fighter 4, but also an exhibition for Ultra Street Fighter 4, as well as the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Now I know what a lot of you guys are already thinking, is this going to be good for Street Fighter X Tekken? Is it going to be good for Marvel? Is it going to be good for, Super Turbo and all these other games? As of right now, the Capcom Pro Tour is exclusively for Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, and then eventually when Ultra comes out, it'll also be upgraded to Ultra henceforth. This is also going to be moving into kind of like a Twitch deal. They've made a huge deal with the guys over at Twitch for officially sponsoring and supporting these big events, as well as other things that include pop bonuses and actually Capcom directly supporting the players. This is all very good. This is official support, and it looks like it's actually being run by the guys at Capcom USA, who have a fighting game division right now, which is pretty damn freaking cool. What it essentially boils down to is the support that this community and all the event organizers have been looking for a long time. Official support from Capcom, and since we've seen so much of it over the past 2013 and a little bit of 2012, they're going in full capacity right now, and it's really reassuring to see this. The only slightly disappointing thing is that the league right now is only supporting the Street Fighter 4 series and eventual upgrade to Ultra Street Fighter 4. I think that's cool. I would like there to be other support for games that are still currently somewhat popular, like Third Strike, as well as some other titles. Even Street Fighter Cross Tekken might deserve something, but I'd understand if Capcom is trying to completely stray away from Cross Tekken. It still does have its competitive players. I still enjoy the game. I think it's good for what it is, but it definitely did not land in the hearts of many when it came out, and I think they're trying to move forward. Other games like Marvel vs. Capcom and the Marvel vs. Capcom series, including Ultimate and Marvel 3, are probably not going to be there either. We got that news earlier this year that Capcom took the games off of digital distribution, and the only way that you can actually purchase them is through roaming copies on the internet or in stores, which essentially means that they most likely don't have the license to distribute anything with Marvel characters in it anymore, and probably don't have the ability to do anything in official capacity over tournament venue. That means that anything that Capcom's going to produce that'll include the Capcom Pro Tour or getting players or anything like that is probably not going to be Marvel related. It's only going to be games that are completely under the control of Capcom, which are things like Street Fighter, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and anything in the mainstay Street Fighter series. You can see it as being a little disappointing. You can also be very happy for the fact that the Street Fighter community, and that big community, as big as it is essentially the biggest of the fighting games that are out there right now, is going to be getting official support in full capacity. But I think this also can mean something else that is potentially very good for the future of Capcom fighting games. Mostly so that they're building this league and this eventual Pro Tour that's going to be debuting, and they're going to have all this support from Capcom, and it's only for one game. You would assume it's for a variety of games, not just one single title. That in the future it potentially could support more titles, which means that there's probably a good chance that Capcom somewhere in the underbelly in Japan is working on another fighting game. Be it Street Fighter V or Capcom All-Stars or Darkstalkers being highly unlikely, I do think there is something out there being developed right now and we just don't know anything about it, and something that will actually support this Capcom Pro Tour very much and allow you to expand on this, and not only would you have a brand new fighting game come out where you'd be all excited about it, new characters and all this stuff that you get really hyped for in a fighting game, they'd also be supporting this Pro Tour along with it, which essentially gives Capcom the ability to expand not just to the casual players with a new game, but to show the casual players, hey guys, check out this crazy competitive circuit where you see people playing at the highest level of a brand new fighting game or something that just came out or anything like that. If that's actually supported in the games themselves, then that's going to be extremely useful, extremely cool, and one of the big resources that we've needed within the fighting game community for a long time to finally get games into the hands of players that don't even know that there's competitive elements and extremely awesome aspects to these fighting games that they've never seen before. Either way, let me know what you guys think about the Capcom Pro Tour in 2013 and its support of the fighting game community. Are you excited the fact that it's Street Fighter? Would you like to see other games? Or are you okay with it being just this for now until there's an eventual upgrade to the new Capcom fighting game? Either way, it's very good news for me, it's very good news for you guys, and anybody else that's looking forward to competitive fighting games. My name is Maximilian, thank you dudes very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.